And you need somebody to teach you and kind of stay with you and hold you accountable and so on.
Correct.
So in today's world of NIL, we're going to segue a little bit. If you're okay. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I love it.
You know, more and more athletes have more and more money, right? It's not
more and more young athletes.
More and more young athletes have more and more money. Paul, you told us at the break that you actually wrote an opinion on NIL. I'm sure you can't summarize it up shortly, briefly, but what can you tell us about your opinion and watching the landscape of NIL change from the context and perspective that you lived?
I did write a memo, and I did send it to the University of Nebraska athletic director, and I also sent it to the NCAA, and it's going to introduce a little bit of some aspect of free enterprise and socialism intermixing together, because take, for example, that the second baseman on the baseball or softball team might not have much in NIL money,
right,
but your starting pitcher on the baseball team, your best basketball player, your quarterback might get seven figures. The donors who are contributing that money really want to help the program. And they want to help the program by saying, here's $10,000 or $20,000, come to my car dealership, come to my business, do a commercial, whatever it is, and earn some compensation for it. But I also think that donor really wants, above all else, more than the individual player success. He wants his University of Nebraska's success.
Right.
So my concept is that you pay it out in thirds, and the other 2/3 does go into an escrow account for that player, but it's somewhat reserved, and that player goes to another school, it's forfeited in years 2 and years 3, rather than being paid him all up front. That will help him tax-wise. It would help him have a learning experience to budget, perhaps actually sit down and work with somebody as opposed to deposit $3 million into your checking account as a 20-year-old. And that concept didn't go anywhere, but I thought it was kind of good.
I love the fact that you're thinking about it, because I think we're all wanting to make sure the program survives, right? We all bleed red for different reasons. We're not from here. You're not from here. You are very closely connected to the athletic program in another life that you can talk about, right? But you believe in the university. We all do.
Yes.
And we all believe in the student athletes.
Right.
We all want them to be successful, and we all know they need help. So I think, the fact that you're thinking about how to solve the problems and make it what we would say in the business world, a win-win for everyone, right? That's where you're coming from.
Right. You would give the student athlete a chance at that money being divided up into a more friendly tax situation, but also a learning experience that he would have tranche number 2 and tranche number 3 in years 2 and years 3. And it's vested no different than a vesting schedule in a retirement plan. If you work for the company long enough, you're vested with the employer's contributions to your account.
Right.
And it helps the university, because if they leave, which doesn't help the university in theory, right? He or she was recruited on purpose for the program.
Yes.
Then the university wins in that respect too.
And I believe the NCAA could evaluate or consider some options like that. And I think that would be better for the student athlete. It'd also be better for the car dealership or the business that's putting those money out, whether it be in Alabama or Connecticut or Nebraska or any place in the country.
Concept applies across the board.
Right.
Right. And it's very rooted in business. So I like that. It's also rooted in competition, how to win. It's rooted in the constituents who need to have that, have a win-win situation to make it all work. Like, what are you thinking, Matt?
I love. So first of all, I'm not against NIL. I think that it's okay. These kids might have a short career, and let's say they have a great career at Nebraska for 2 years, and injury comes and they don't make it to the NFL, they don't make it to the NBA, they don't make it all these places.
Don't forget volleyball and my women.
And volleyball. We have pro volleyball now, so but let's say they don't make it into volleyball. I think it's great, and I'm capitalism is
right.
I'm in favor of.
We believe in free enterprise market forces.
Yes. But I also know that that we have to we need to help the kids and the business. I love what you say that the car dealership gets to know that their money's being used smartly, right? Getting applied evenly across there. We want to help all the kids. We don't just want to help the superstars or the megastars. We want to help. By the way, you need somebody to practice with. You need somebody on the other side of the ball at practice, and they need to make a little bit of money too. And I think it's wonderful. But the key part of what you said though is it helps the business. As a business owner, and we are a partner at the University of Nebraska. Empire is. We write a very, very, very large check to the University of Nebraska, and we do that for name recognition to benefit our business. We are selfish in that aspect that we want people to know that here we are. We want them to see our crown at the Memorial Stadium and at Pinnacle. But we also know that some of that money is going to help the student athletes, and we're putting it into a good program. We love the University of Nebraska. We also love the NAI schools. Both my kids played sports at Midland. Ben played for Coach Jamrog, which a great human being, showed up at their weddings. I mean, like there's a connection even at the smallest level. And I think that some of this money should be also distributed down to the lower ranks.
Well, let me add the one more thing that I mentioned and then didn't cover, and that is in my suggestion or proposal, I believe some percentage should go to the pool.
Wow.
There
So
Great.
I mentioned the tennis player, the second baseman on the softball team. They're likely to not get any NIL money. Somebody else might get $10,000 or $1 million. If some percentage of it goes to the pool, at least then university-wide, every student athlete's getting something.
Right.
It may be pizza money for the weekend, but it's something. So if you had, pick 20%. 20% of all the contracts goes into the pool and is allocated to those student athletes who get nothing because they're not a superstar or they're not in the high profile sport. It's a little bit of socialism, but I also believe it helps the university cause, and I think the donor could feel good about that.